remember when my mom turned 50 and that seemed old.
Yeah, we have this idea in our head that AARP is like getting your social security.
Yes.
It's like,
You're on the decline.
It's like the official announcement that you are getting older.
Yeah.
And I never refer to myself as old, and I hear lots of people saying that. I don't even think of myself that way. I was struck by the number 60. I noticed that when I would be introduced even online or in a newspaper and they would say 60
Oprah look good for 70 though.
Oprah Winfrey, that people were like, whoa.
Gail about to
60.
turn
I
70
noticed
at the end of the
difference in
year.
the way that people perceived me at 60. I absolutely noticed a difference in that.
Did they start calling you ma'am?
So welcome
Started
to
calling
Shirley
me
TV.
Auntie.
They talk with the ladies.
No, okay, I'm not quite ready for that. No, I know. Well, and also I realized that the auntie thing is very cultural. If you go to other countries where age is actually respected, it's considered
It's an honor. It's an
Yeah,
honor.
like in,
and a sign of respect.
Nigeria,
sign of respect for older
Africa.
women, so
Yes.
they don't call you by your first name. I understood that other people's perception of it, and that took me aback for just a moment, but just long enough to say, oh, your perception is not what I'm actually living.
Or feeling.
Or feelings. Maya had said to me when I turned 50, she actually wrote a poem to me called Continue, which you all can Google. When I turned 50, she said, the 50s are everything you've been meaning to be. The 50s are everything you've been meaning to be and everything you meant to be. It's all that I was gonna, I meant to, I'm supposed to. That you get all that done in the 50s. And then the 60s are settling in and coming home to yourself. And I just ran across this poem by another person named Maya, M-A-I-A, that says, I hope when you come home to yourself, your front porch will be lined with flowers left by all the women you once were. Something happens. Something happens in your 60s that you leave all of those other women who were striving to be, trying to be, meant to be, supposed to be. All of that's left behind, and you come home to yourself and you settle in with yourself in a way that's more powerful, that's more enhanced, that's more elevated than you've ever been. It really is the sweet spot.
I think so too. I also think aging is just another word for living. I think if we're all lucky, we can get to this stage. You know, and it used to be, honest to God, Melinda, I still sit here and wait for that adult feeling to kick in. I know I'm a grown-ass woman. I know that. When I got married, when I got engaged, when I got divorced, when you buy your first house, when you get your first checkbook. But I still, on some level, feel so full of life and still feel so young. I know I'm not 20-something. I get that. But there's something about, I just refuse to be defined by a number of any kind, to be honest with you. The only thing that lets me know about my age are my knees. I do know if I can get up and not going, that lets me know.
Well, that let me know, and then I got new knees, and then I feel unstoppable.
And now she's a goat.
I feel like I'm a busy goat.
What's so funny is women used to talk about their age.
Yes.
As if we should be ashamed to be our age. And I'm actually really proud that I'm about to turn 60. Yeah, it's a number, and I'm like, ooh, okay, that's different than 50. But it's like, shouldn't we celebrate? Like, I hope by this age we have some wisdom, right?
Well, this is the thing. In all those years, 25 years of doing the Oprah show, I was a great observer of human behavior and great observer of life. And it used to annoy me so much when women would complain about their age or be afraid of saying what their age was. I mean, I've actually...
Or don't ask me, that's such a personal
question.
question.
Don't ask me. I mean, everyone's looking at you, okay? Yeah. And the reason is because I've heard so many stories, seen so many things, participated in life in such a way, you see how fortunate, how blessed, how absolutely grand it is that you get to hit whatever number you get to hit because of all the people who didn't make it. Really, I live in the grateful space all the time that, wow, you get to make another year.
Yeah. I'm also aware, though, at this age, 69, 70, and sometimes 60, that it could happen at any time now.
Right.
You always see
friends.
Yes, you always see these stories of people 60, 62, 65, 68, 69, 70, all of it. So I am aware of that more than ever before.
There's a poet who I love also, Mary Oliver, who says,
I love her.
We get one wild and precious life.
What will you do with your
What will you do with your one wild and precious life? How would your life be different
Oh.
if Gail wasn't in it? And how would your life be different if Oprah wasn't in it? Because I think sometimes we don't talk about the importance of deep female friendship.
Where do I begin, Melinda? How long is this segment? I mean, we often talk about this, because I got divorced when my kids were 4 and 5, and Oprah and I have certainly been friends a long time, but I wouldn't be at CBS. I wouldn't have been at the Met Gala. Just so many things I wouldn't have done.
Well, you would not be living the life that you are living, period,
Yeah.
had you not gotten
Gotten a
divorced.
divorce,
That's another whole subject, but had you not gotten divorced. Had we not been friends, Gail is the mother, sister, friend that I never had. And also, when I was leaving Baltimore, I was about to turn 30. Everyone told me that I was walking into a
It was a
landmine
mistake, yes.
by moving to Chicago. Gail was the only person who said, I think you can do it. She said, I think you can be Donahue. Phil Donahue was the premier person at the time.
Sure.
Well, I was not even thinking I could beat Donahue. Gail thought I could beat Donahue. I said, how's that going to happen? How am I going to beat Donahue? So I actually had a boss who said, you don't have to beat Donahue.
Yes.
Just be yourself. Had I not had somebody who believed that me moving to Chicago could be successful, and even if it didn't turn out with that show, that I would still be okay, I might not have made the move because it was very comfortable. I would have been an institutional anchor.
And you weren't unhappy.
Yeah, I wasn't unhappy.
You weren't unhappy.
But I had reached that point in my life where I knew that there was something more, and I felt like I don't want to just remain in this city and do the news for the rest of my life.
But you saw something that made you know she could not only do what she was thinking she might do, but she might achieve something more than she thought, it sounded like.
I saw it. I believed that I could do it, but